Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks Podcast. If you're joining us for the first time, please do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as relates to Manchester United and everything in between. Today we're going to basically be doing a match preview for the game between West Ham and Manchester United, and this is kind of like Man United facing another London side. This is our fourth London side we're going to be facing in 5 games. It's going to be in the fifth game, right? So the fourth London side in 5 games. So we're facing West Ham. And this gives me flashbacks to basically the last game we played against them and how we lost. Well, I won't say we lost the game, but we dropped points in an agonizing way from a corner. And it was Malik Diouf that actually just tapped it in, and it was just really disappointing considering the fact that we were trying to win, and then it ended up being a draw at Old Trafford. That was what was even the most annoying. But we're heading into this one, and we're looking at it from perspective of the fact that we want to win. We desperately need to win, right? We desperately need to win. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about like everything that relates to this game. Now, with regards to head-to-head, I always give you like the head-to-head and tactical analysis or historical context as well. We'll look at it from Premier League perspective, and then we'll look at it from like the historical perspective from all competitions. So with regards to head-to-head, Man United have faced West Ham a couple times. Basically, we've seen this several times with regards to that. What we can say about the game is the fact that Man United have played West Ham. Played West Ham, and in those fixtures, Man United have 74 wins with 33 draws and 48 wins for West Ham. Right. So, also we can also like if we look at the last 5 games for both teams, basically. Just to give you more like the season so far, Man United, West Ham are sitting 18th on the table. Man United are sitting fourth, with West Ham having 6 wins, United having double the wins, 12. There's been 5 draws for West Ham and 8 draws for United. 14 losses for West Ham and 5 losses so far for Man United this season in the Premier League. 31 goals scored by West Ham with 46 scored by Man United. An average of 2 goals per match for United, and then average of 1 goal per match for West Ham. Average goals considered for West Ham is 2 goals per match, while Man United is 1 goal per match. And then with regards to XG overall, 44.89 expected goals, and Man United have 46 goals to go with that, while West Ham have 27.98 XG and they have 31 goals to go with that. And then XG per 90, 1.8 for Man United, 1.12 for West Ham. And clean sheets, Man United have 4, West Ham have 2. Now, if we're going to look at other aspects of this game, you look at like the team ranks. I don't have it on the dashboard here, but I'm just going to tell you. Goals for Man United are 14th. West Ham are 14th. Man United are 3rd in the goals chart, as I just called out the number of goals right now. Then when you talk about, shots, Man United are 1st with 376 shots, while West Ham are 16th. And then with regards to assists, West Ham are 18th with 16 assists. Man United are 3rd with 32 assists. And then with regards to saves, West Ham are 2nd with 78 saves. Man United are 17th with 53 saves, which means we face less shots and West Ham face more shots, right? We face less shots and West Ham face more shots. Sorry about that. Then yellow cards, United are 20th with 33 yellow cards, so the least in the league, while West Ham have 13th with 42 yellow cards. And red cards, United have 1 all season, 9th, and then West Ham have 3. So that's pretty much basically all of the stats. Now we look at the last, according to the Premier League, not in all competitions, but in the Premier League, there has been basically 14 draws between both teams, with while Man United have basically 34 wins with 23 home wins and 11 away wins. West Ham have 11 wins with 8 home wins and 3 away wins. Now they are home, and they will want to make it a 9th home win against Manchester United. You look at the last 5 games, Man United have beaten West Ham in that last 5 games only once. That is disappointing. Only once. And that one win coming against West Ham on February 4th, 2024. Right? They beat us 2-0 in 2023. They beat us we beat them 3-0 in 2024. They beat us 2-1 in October 2024. And then they beat us 2-0 in May 2025. And we played 1-1 the last fixture. This sounds very familiar. In the last 5 games, 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses against West Ham. So this game means that we want more. That is why, the thumbnail is titled "We Want More." We need to, clean out the house and basically talk about this. So as you can see in the dashboard there, in the last 5 games for both teams with regards to head-to-head, basically in the last 5 games for all competitions, Man United have 4 wins and 1 loss. West Ham have 4 wins and 1 loss. And their loss coming against Chelsea. Man United's loss coming against Brighton. In the last 5 games in the Premier League, Man United have 4 wins and 1 draw. So unbeaten in 5 and probably unbeaten in 7 or 8 as the case may be. While West Ham have 3 wins and 2 losses. So they are also coming to a rich vein of form. If you look at it like that. Top performers for Man United: Bruno Fernandes, Bryan Mbeumo, and Matheus Cunha, as well as Casemiro, who have scored goals. They are the highest goal scorers. While for West Ham is Jarrod Bowen, Callum Wilson, Matheus Fernandes, who is a player that I'm particularly interested in, and I'm going to probably find his stats and read out to you. He's one player that I think I like because I saw him as a young lad against when he played against us at Southampton, and I watched him, and then he moved to West Ham, and he's quite a versatile, strong player. And then they also have another guy, Somerville, who is going to also be a person of interest, who has also scored goals for them. So, like I said, last 5 games for Man United: 4 wins, 1 draw. West Ham 3 wins, 2 losses. And their 2 losses came against Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. And they beat Tottenham, they beat Sunderland, and they beat Burnley. That is absolutely amazing. Anyway, that is it. And then we go to how West Ham play under Nuno Espirito Santo. We're going to look at that and we're going to analyze that. So if you're just joining us, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as relates to Manchester United. Now, for Nuno, basically, under Nuno Espirito Santo, who was appointed September 27th, 2025, West Ham United have transitioned to a pragmatic defensive first style of play focused on structural balance and rapid transitions. After a difficult start that saw the team go winless in 10 games, Nuno Espirito Santo's recent tactical adjustment has sparked a turnaround, with the team winning 3 of their last 4 matches in February, as of February 9th, 2026. Now, with regards to their tactical philosophy and setup, Nuno has moved away from his initial approach to a more rigid defensive formation aimed at stopping a record-breaking run of games without a clean sheet. Now, with their defensive structure, the team typically defends in a 4-4-2 mid-block or a 4-1-4-1 shape, prioritizing central compactness to force the opponents wide. And with regards to counter-attacking, the focus is in possession. West Ham is possession light, looking to exploit turnovers immediately. They use the pace of players like Jarrod Bowen and Crescencio Somerville to actually attack open spaces. I remember the last game we played against them when it was 1-1. There was this guy, Jean-Claire Todibo. Now, Todibo actually was matching the pace of Mbeumo, and it was so sad to see that Mbeumo couldn't outpace him. He was matching his pace. He was muscling him, and it was disappointing. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that was what was happening, but it is what it is, right? I think Todibo is injured now, but we will see. I think they have a certain guy called Agued. Is that guy still there? We'll check in the lineup. Anyway, with regards to their possession, they use players like Jarrod Bowen and Crescencio Somerville to counterattack teams. And then with recent tactics, in early 2026, Nuno Espirito Santo introduced changes where the right back often tucks into midfield in the person of Wan-Bissaka, tucks into midfield during possession to provide a better cover against counterattacks. And with direct play, the Hammers are I've become more direct, recording some of the highest average pass distance of the season during the recent victories, right? Yeah. So with regards to that, the key players in Nuno's system is basically Jarrod Bowen, Crescencio Somerville, who actually has become the ace of the team, thriving in the place and all of that. So we're going to go to basically how we expect them to line up. So predicted lineup, because West Ham have basically signed some players this season. Excuse me, in this January window. So we're going to have to look at their lineup, and basically I used the lineup from the last game because I think that last game they won it. So let's look at it. So with regards to the lineup, West Ham are going to line up in a 4-4-2 basically, with Hermansen playing in net, and then you have Axel Disasi and Konstantinos Mavropanos. Disasi is playing in for Jean-Claude Todibo. I think they used to play three at the back at the time, and there was a three at the back against a three at the back for against Manchester United in the first leg. And then you have Malik Diouf on the left and Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right, former Man United player, and he would, have a chance to play against either Mbeumo or Cunha. So we never can tell. And then we have Matheus Fernandes and Thomas Suchek playing in that middle, and then you have Crescencio Somerville playing on the left and Jarrod Bowen playing on the right, with their two. So it's kind of 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2, with their two attackers being Wilson and then Castellanos. Castellanos is the new player they signed this January window, so we will look at it. That's Taty Castellanos. Now, with regards to key players for West Ham, we're going to go to key players for West Ham. For me, based on the games I've watched West Ham play, is Crescencio Somerville. Crescencio Somerville has scored 4 goals in the last 4 games for West Ham. That is like the 21-year-old winger is becoming the ace of West Ham. 4 goals in the last 4 games is nothing to be argued about. Basically, he was bought from Leeds, I think, and Tottenham almost signed him at some point, but the guy just started springing to life. He's played over 1,500 minutes. He scored 5 goals so far this season with 2 assists. And like I said, 4 goals in the last 4 games, and he will want to make it 5 in 21 games. He's 24, the Dutch international, and all of that. So other key players include Jarrod Bowen, who remains the primary outlet for transitions and constant goal threat. Like I said, Crescencio Somerville has become the ace of the team, thriving in the free roaming attacking roles Nuno permits in the final third. And then Taty Castellanos is tasked with leading the press from the front alongside players like Felipe, as well as Callum Wilson. And then you have Axel Disasi, recently brought in on loan to provide the defensive base Nuno has been searching for since his arrival. Obviously, with Jean-Claude Todibo injured, Disasi just slots back in. So we're going to observe that. And like I said, we're going to keep talking about it, and we're going to keep analyzing, which takes us to how Manchester United play under Michael Carrick. And for this one, I have seen different formations. We did from the previous video you just watched to now, we did like an analysis, basically talking about how Michael Carrick lined up against Spurs and what he did and how he beat Spurs and everything in between. And now we're looking at this and we don't even know what style of variation to expect, because Michael Carrick came out recently to say that he loves how versatile his players are. So since taking charge of Manchester United in January 2026, Michael Carrick has shifted the team away from the 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3 formation from his predecessor, Ruben Amorim, in favor of a more structured, balanced approach, and the tactical identity is built on defensive compactness, simple player roles, kind of like simplified things, and a high possession, high attacking model that often morphs into a 3-2-5 shape, as we broke down against Fulham. Right now, the core formation is the defensive setup, which Carrick has primarily utilized in a 4-2-3-1 formation on paper, although he has shown significant flexibility depending on the opponent. Now, defensive compactness, unlike previous high-pressing regimes, Carrick employs a mid to low block, focusing on horizontal and vertical compactness against elite teams like Manchester City and Arsenal in early 2026. He prioritized blocking central passing lanes and rather than chasing possession. With regards to team defending, his system emphasizes on defending as a unit where players support one another in 1v1 duels, reducing the isolation of the centre backs like Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez. And with regards to tactical flexibility, while the 4-2-3-1 is his go-to, he has used a narrow 4-3-1-2 or defensive 4-5-1 to nullify specific threats such as those posed by Arsenal and Manchester City. If we refer to the Spurs game, he has also used a 4-2-2-2, right? So it depends on how, he lines up when it comes to nullifying specific midfield threats. Then with regards to the attacking principles, he uses a 3-2-5 shape and then this often is achieved through a lopsided fullback system that the fullback, like Luke Shaw, obviously, pushes high up wide as the fly fullback, and the other, often Diogo Dalot, basically tucks inside to form a back three. And then you also have a central overload where Carrick packs the midfield to create passing triangles, encouraging short, snappy combinations that we've seen multiple times in Cunha, Bruno, Luke Shaw, Cunha, Bruno, those kinds of things. With Kobbie Mainoo as well, and Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro, giving the freedom to rotate and find pockets, between opposition lines. And then they also use inverted wingers. He frequently asks his wingers to move infield to occupy half spaces, allowing fullbacks to provide width and deliver early crosses. Right. So now, how will Manchester United line up? For this one, I didn't go too far. I just went with the same lineup pretty much from the last game, considering that we have Patrick Dogu injured in this one. So again, and I've not even listened to the press conference to know whether players like Mason Mount are back, Mason Mount or Matheus de Ligt. But then we'll go with the back 5 or 4 of Sander Lamens in net. And then the back 4, Licha Martinez, Harry Maguire in the back 2, and then Diogo Dalot right back, Luke Shaw left back. And Luke Shaw could fly high again to actually capitalize on the high press of, to capitalize on overloading Wan-Bissaka and then making Somerville to drop back to defend. And then you have Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo basically in the midfield pivot, double pivot, and then Bruno Fernandes as your number 10. It could be a false 10, it could be play on the left, play on the right, and all of that. Then you have your Ahmad playing on the right wing, and then Bryan Mbeumo playing as the forward. And he could switch with Cunha, you never can tell. It all boils down to that. And then key players for Manchester United against West Ham. The first key player on my list is because of his goal-scoring record, Bryan Mbeumo. Bryan Mbeumo has got 3 goals in his last 4 games. 3 goals in his last 4 games. He scored 10 goals and 1 assist this season in all competitions after playing 21 games. That's pretty much being involved in 11 goal contributions in 21 games. And that's for the 26-year-old. So that is pretty much, super amazing for Bryan Mbeumo. Another key player that we're going to look at basically in this one is Bruno Magnifico Fernandes. Bruno has, like I said recently, has hit his 200th goal contribution in 314 games, and he scored in the last game as well. Played the full 90 minutes. He's played over 2,000 minutes so far, 24 games, and he's got 6 goals and 12 assists, or rather 6 goals and 13 assists, leading the assist charts and all of that. So another key player or key player role that basically has kind of gone under the radar, but then people are already allowed in it because they already know that is the kind of that's the player that they always wanted to play, and that's Kobbie Mainoo. Reinstated as a central pillar in the midfield, utilizing his close quarters passing to transition play, and him being just press resistant, right? Then the next person obviously is Matheus Cunha, used as a dynamic attacker, often positioned on the left but encouraged to burst into central danger zones. We've seen him switch to the right as well. We've seen him switch to several parts of the field, like I said. So these are the key players for Manchester United. Now we're going to talk about the strategy to defeat West Ham. We're going to talk about that, how Man United can defeat West Ham. Now, Man United will travel to the London Stadium on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, as at the time of recording, riding a massive wave of momentum under head coach Michael Carrick. Since his appointment in January, Carrick has transformed a stuttering side into a tactical juggernaut, securing 4 consecutive Premier League wins against elite oppositions like Manchester City, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Fulham, as well as Arsenal, Tottenham, and Fulham. Now, while United have surged to 4th place, Nuno Espirito Santo's men, Nuno Espirito Santo's West Ham are fighting for survival in 18th, although a recent 2-0 win over Burnley suggests that they won't go down without a scrap. Now, here are 4 strategies that Man United can use to defeat West Ham. Man United can employ to defeat West Ham. Now, the first one is to target the right flank and headed duels, right? West Ham have conceded the most shots in the league or the right from the right hand side from right hand side this season. Carrick should instruct Bryan Mbeumo, who often drifts into that left central zone, to overload this area alongside Bruno Fernandes. And furthermore, the Hammers are statistically the worst in the league at defending headed attempts, making the delivery from set pieces a specialty for Mbeumo. A specialty of Mbeumo and critical path to goal, especially even with like Bruno Fernandes, playing in that role. Then obviously another way that Man United can capitalize on or can strategize and engineer a win against West Ham is to neutralize the transition with a double pivot. West Ham's primary threat under Nuno is direct, fast break counter attacks led by the pace of Jarrod Bowen and Adama Traore, obviously being added to the team as well. Carrick switched to a stable back four supported by Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro's double pivot has significantly improved United's transition defense. Now, maintaining the discipline will also be vital to prevent the Hammers from exploiting the gaps behind United's adventurous fullbacks. And that is what we will notice, right, in the game. And then also we need to utilize the box midfield overload. That's the third strategy. Carrick's tactical hallmark has been the 3-2-5 attacking shape that creates central overloads. By tucking Diogo Dalot inside from the step inside to form a temporary back three and pushing Bruno Fernandes into the half spaces, United can actually create a 4v2 or 4v3 numerical advantage against West Ham's midfield. This box allows United to bypass the Hammers' defensive block through short, crisp combinations that have defined their recent form. And then also we need to exploit the fourth strategy. Exploit the absences of key defenders. West Ham will be without suspended Jean-Claude Todibo for this clash. United also must use the movement of Matheus Cunha and Amad Diallo to test the communication of the makeshift backline, which may feature new loan signing Axel Disasi. Also, early intensity and high tempo pressing and passing can actually force errors from a defensive unit that has already conceded 48 goals this campaign. I talked about another player who, in the person of, I think it was Matheus Fernandes. We're going to look at his stats now before we wrap things up. We're going to look at his stats now. So Matheus, just give me one quick second. Matheus Fernandes. Yeah. So Matheus Fernandes, 21 years of age. I think Man United shouldn't be smiling on this guy. They should get him. He's played as defensive midfield, central midfield, attacking mid, left wing. He's a versatile player. Basically, he's got 3 goals, 3 assists, and started 22 games. He's played 23 matches in total. His ratings for each of the games have been phenomenal. He's not hit anything less than 7.0 in all of the last 10 games, even in their losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. He has not hit any of the ratings less than 7.0. His overall rating after 1,860 minutes is 7.26. This is a guy that Man United should not be smiling at. We should go get this guy. He's Portuguese as well. He's another Fernandes, and he's also good. He's 21. He will still develop. Like, this is one player, I think, and I'm going to do a special player highlight or spotlight on this guy to kind of see how he's developed, because I saw him play as a 20-year-old at Southampton. So we shouldn't be playing on this guy. This should be one shrewd signing we should make. His overall value so far right now in transfer market is around 22 million euros. So if we go for him, it'll be around 35 million euros, which he's one player that I think we can actually have a look at. But yeah. So to wrap it all up, what's my final take? I believe that Man United can go and defeat West Ham. I mean, this is a game that is expected that we should win, considering the fact that we drew against them. So it will be more fuel to our fire with regards to going there to win. We need to win against West Ham. and we need to win convincingly. And so I'm predicting, seeing as Somerville has been scoring, I'm not going to put his scoring streak away. So I'm going to say we win this game 3-1, right? Convincingly 3-1 and all of that. So let me know your thoughts are finished in the comment section. We'll continue to analyze, we'll continue to break down and everything in between. What's your take on the game? What do you expect Man United? How do you expect Man United to line up? How do you expect Man United to actually play? What's your predicted scoreline, predicted lineup, and everything in between? And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to all things Manchester United. You know, the next video you're going to be seeing from all of this is the presser review show, which we're going to analyze what Amorim has, what Michael Carrick has said over the last couple of hours with regards to the game and all of that. So join me as we go to that next video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless. Come on, let's go to the next video.